Hey, what's up everybody? It's me24, and today I'll be taking a look at the 1 to 100 scale Master Grade Turn A Gundam. This is the 100th Master Grade that was ever released, and retails for anywhere between like 38 to 42 US dollars. The box art here is unique because the background is blue and white, whereas most Master Grade kits you've got the black image with, space in the background, or in a couple of cases you've got like the desert for like Exia or something like that, and you got the moon on this one. Looking at the sides of the box, you've got a shot of the different plates and the accessories, the Turn A lunging and all the different moving parts on him. Got the Turn A on the bottom there, and you've got two shots of him standing up, one from the front, one from the back. You've got some shots of his accessories and firing his laser, the cow, which I will get to in a little bit, and again the same image on the top there. The instruction manual is a lot like other Master Grade instruction manuals. It's got the name of the mobile suit there on the front. You've got some information about the mobile suit, instructions on how you should go about cutting pieces off the trees, and what all you're going to be building. A list of all the runners. And then you start right off with the torso, build the head, etc. There's some cool shots of the model kit, a lot of what you've already seen on the side of the box. Some more instructions to do. And then the back is just showing how you can make the model kit look more accurate with painting and panel lining. I did go ahead and panel line this kit, but I didn't actually paint anything on it. So the colors you're going to get right out of the box here are white for the majority of the body, yellow for the neck and the front skirts, you're going to get blue for the upper torso, red for pieces in the face and the middle torso there, and then the toes. You're going to get a dark gray for some of the joints, the inner bits, the hands, the vents on the back here, and it might be a little bit difficult to see it from the camera there, but there's a lighter gray here at the back of the legs, and a lot of that's on the interior, so you can't see a whole lot of it. You also get this clear yellow color for the cockpit on the core fighter, as well as his eyes, and I don't know how well you can see that, but the eyes are clear, and then there's a silver shimmery foil sticker behind them, which is a very unique way to build the eyes of a Gundam, but I actually like it a lot and wish they would do this on some more Master Grades. You also get two stickers on the side skirts in these little black areas there, but that's it for stickers that you have to put on this kit. You do get some dry transfer decals that don't ever show up in the show, to my knowledge, and they look kind of odd. I guess you can use them if you want to. The only one that I wound up using was the big Turn A Gundam series logo that I put on his action base that I bought for him. But this mobile suit is quite sizable. I've got the Master Grade Shining Gundam here, and you can see he's a couple heads taller than him easily. And even though the Master Grade Zeta is bulkier, they're roughly the same height. Actually, I believe the Turn A is slightly taller than the Master Grade Zeta. In terms of the Turn A's posability, there's a number of joints inside the neck that allow the head to rotate 360 no problem, go up and down, kind of wiggle around like that. The torso can rotate 360 no problem and can wiggle around. The shoulder joints here for the arm can kind of move back and forth like that. The arms can go out to the side about that far, can go forwards that far, can go backwards that far since this little flap on the back of the shoulder armor opens up. It can bend at the elbow, almost 180, not quite. You do get a little bit of rotation here at this joint if you want. The wrist wiggles in and out there, and then it can rotate 360 as well. There is a ball joint that attaches to the hand, but I find that usually it's easier to just move the whole wrist unit. And then with the hand, each individual finger has a ball joint to it, which is interesting. I find that this trigger finger is a little bit loose, but I think that's more just my own fault in shaving too much plastic off when I was cutting it with the X-Acto knife. So normally I wouldn't imagine you have much of a problem there with that, since all the other fingers on this kit seem to be pretty tight. Not so tight that you can't move them, but tight enough that they will stay still when you want them to. The side skirts can wiggle around, no problem, go up and down. I do find these to be about the loosest part on the entire kit, but it's not really all that big of a complaint in the grand scheme of things. The front skirts go up. The legs can go forwards that far, can go backwards that far, can go out to the side that far, can bend at the knee 180 degrees, and the bottom of the lower leg here can kind of wiggle back and forth to give you some more poseability. The foot can rock back and forth, rock a little bit side to side, and then the toe can flush down like that. The Turn A comes with an extra chest piece, which is in white instead of the traditional blue there that you could replace it with if you wanted to do that. You also get two open palm hands that you can replace the movable hands if you want to. You get a miniature Lorenz Hawk pilot and a cow, which showed up in one episode. You get two clear pink beams, and these are specifically designed for the Turn A Gundam because they have a flat connector piece there, and you can just pop the beam saber handles out of the back there and pop them in, and they will stay nice and secure. Also included are the Turn A's beam rifle, the handle of which is concealed in this little compartment here, and you can just pop that out. If you don't want to use that handle, he can hold it from here, or you can flip it around, extend this bit, and then pop this handle out, and he's got another one there. I do find that this little piece tends to pop off every once in a while, but it's easy enough to slide back on that it's not that big of a complaint for me. You do get his shield, which is one of the bigger Gundam shields there is. You've got these little bits here which go around the side of his arm to keep it secure, and you got a handle here. But really, you don't have to use both of them at the same time if you don't want to. I just do it for the sake of making it look cool. And you can slide it up and down on this track to make it go higher or lower, depending on what your preference is with that. He also comes with the Gundam hammer, which is basically just a ball and chain mace. Both of his hands with the moving fingers have a peg on the inside there to connect any of the weapons to, and it's slightly slanted so you'll get a more action effect out of it. You don't get those pegs though on the open palm hands. The cockpit crotch piece can be detached from the Turn A. Just pop it off there, and then you can flip these bits around and flip the cockpit up to have a little miniature core fighter. On the back of the Turn A Gundam, you can see that there are two gray pieces, and those are used to hold the beam rifle and shield respectively. There's also a little gap here where normally there's a very tiny blue piece that sticks in there, and that is how you connect the Turn A to an action base. You can see here that the little flaps on the back of the Turn A Gundam will open up, and that's where his Moonlight Butterfly attack would normally come out of. And if you take like the back side of the beam saber handle, or sorry, the beam saber itself here, and poke it into this little spot where the action base connector would go, you have to push a little bit. You can get these little flaps to come out. And these are where all of his missiles are stored. You do kind of have to be careful with these though, because they don't all open up in the same direction. Particularly that middle one's a little bit off. And you can in fact remove the whole unit if you want to. And these little ones on the bottom will open up as well. Check back for part 2 and I'll give my final thoughts on the Master Grade Turn A Gundam. See you then.